Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I wanted to talk on the video game Hitman and, just overall, because, there's World of Assassination. It's one of those games where if somebody was asking me, should I get that game? And that's the thing, like, I want this episode to be for everyone. I want this episode to be for somebody that would enjoy this game, but I also want to be as authentic as I can be while I record this episode, because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. This ain't a game for me, and if you feel that we can relate when it comes to gaming on what games we like, what games we don't like, if you're anything like me, you're not going to like this game, all right? But if you're one of those people that loves a challenge, don't matter what kind of game it is, like you just overall love the challenging factor of a video game, Hitman, the World of Assassination is definitely a game for you. Because I will have to say, the crazy thing is that it's not even a challenging game. It's just one big giant inconvenience. Like, every time when you get ready to assassinate somebody in that game, somebody gotta walk through the door. Somebody gotta see it from a window. And I'm like, bro, can I just get through the mission and go on with the story? Like, that's like, if you're watching a movie, right? Let's say they make a Hitman movie, which they made a couple of them, but let's say they ask you a trivia question like mid-scene or something, video or movie stops, then the trivia question pops up. You have to vote for whatever the answer is. You vote and you get the wrong answer. Now you got to start the movie all over again. Do you see yourself watching that movie? Do you see yourself sitting in the theaters? Or do you see continuously like watching that movie? Or do you see yourself going back up to the front desk area or where the concession stand, wherever you can go and get your money back? Do you see yourself going back and getting your money back? Because the amount of times that I've tried to give Hitman a chance from the Nintendo Switch, from a console, like Xbox, I'm trying to think, did I get it on PlayStation? I might have gotten it on PlayStation, but I have given this game numerous chances over the years. And I'm like, fam, it gets to a point where I'm like, I've had enough. Like, I can't do this no more. I can't have it where it's like every time when I try to play this game, inconvenience after inconvenience after inconvenience. It's like, do you not want people to see like throughout the game? Because if I'm supposed to capture all these different things and kill all these different people, fam, allow me to do that. But if you're going to have it where it's like every time, like, so the last time I played this game, they have like it's kind of like an extraction shooter within the game and stuff. I think it's like supposed to be Hitman's version of an extraction shooter. But anyways, no, but they have a mode in there where it's like you can find weapons and find stuff. Take it with you. Then when you extract, or I guess like finish up with the contract, whatever weapons and stuff that you leave with, you get to use it for the next mission. Okay, cool. I played that. It's pretty much the same business as campaign. Like, that's the thing with Hitman. Nothing is different with that game. All of the modes are the same. The only mode I had to say that was different was that they had you like kind of like far out and stuff from wherever the location was at, and you had to snipe off people. I would have to say that was probably the only mode where I felt like some sort of comfort in it. But other than that, the modes where they got you, oh, you gotta walk in, try to take out this person, you gotta go and take out these group of people, you gotta do this, you gotta do. But every time when you get ready to kill somebody in that game, it's always some inconvenience. And I'm like, fam, I remember playing the Hitman games when I was younger. It was Hitman 2, and never did sit down and finish out that game. But even then, I knew that game, it wasn't even like it wasn't a challenging game. But it's one of those games where it's like it always has some sort of inconvenience to go down. And I'm like, fam, can I not progress through the game? The only game I'll have to say that I played of Hitman where it seemed like it, I felt like that it was probably one of those Hitman games where, the developers didn't really care too much for it. They was like, oh, it's been a while since we have came out with a Hitman game, so let's just come out with it. But anyways, what was the name of that Hitman game? It came out during the Xbox 360 era, but anyways, Xbox 3. Absolution, that was the name of it and stuff. So, yeah, that was a decent game. I liked that game. I thought it was a really good Hitman addition to the Hitman series. And I know there will probably be people out there who are like, oh, that was the worst one in the whole series. Well, I so happen to like the worst one in the whole series, you know, because if it was anything like the Hitman World of Assassination or Hitman 2, I probably wouldn't have played that game. But I actually was able to get through that game. I was actually able to beat that game. And I was like, man, you know, I wanted to play more of it, but yeah, they didn't do anything else with that game. I don't think they did, at least. I don't remember them coming out with no DLCs or nothing. So that's why it tells me that, or overall, I think that the developers just didn't really care for that Hitman, because it was one of those Hitman games. Like, let's just see what the ratings were for that game, if they did have like a okay, there goes Hitman Absolution. They released this game on the Nintendo Switch too? Huh. I might have to play that for old time's sake, because it was good. But like, yeah, let's see the... Okay, no, actually it did get good ratings. There's like, no, Metacritic, they gave it pretty much like an 80 out of 100, because there was like PC and 360 has a 79, PS3 has a 83. So like an average 80 score, almost 80, 81 and things. 1up.com gave it an A-. Yeah, pretty much every... Well, actually, the Daily Telegraph, they gave it a 2 out of 5. That's, to me, that's kind of crazy. Are they still a oh no, it's actually still a company. They've been around since 1855. Yeah, that's some like old-fashioned people, where it takes a lot to overall impress them and stuff, you know. So yeah, it's kind of like them Rotten Tomato type people, where it's like they'll give a movie a bad rating, but the audience will give it a good rating and stuff. So, but yeah, overall though, I have to say that was the last time I had a good experience with the Hitman game, and I'm trying to just piece it together and figure out, like, so I remember when playing Hitman, this newer Hitman game, when they very first came out, because I was like, okay, it's a Hitman game, can't go wrong with it. Absolution was a good game. What could they possibly do with this game where they can make it not good and stuff? So anyways, I only had played through the tutorial. I didn't even really sit down and play the game, because something just didn't feel right about the game. Like, that's one thing that I pay attention to when I have this gut feeling about a video game, because most times, like, when I play a video game, it's either I go into the game kind of surprised, like, I don't know what to really expect from this game, so as I play, I'm just gonna develop an opinion about this game. And then there are some games where it's like you just have a good feeling about the game before the game even comes out. They're all like, hey, I know this game's gonna be good. There's no way possible that they can mess up with this game. Then there's that feeling that I get where I know I'm not going to like a game. I know that this game's going to cause me years of frustration and, you know, just unnecessary amounts of drama and stuff. I'm like, fam, I don't even know. Like, I'm trying to play this game and support it and all this other stuff, but it just seems like the developers, they don't want that. They just want people to be frustrated when playing that game. But that was that feeling that I got with Hitman. I was like, this don't feel right. There's something about this game just feels off and things. So I got rid of it. I think because I did buy it digitally, and I was like, no, I'm not even gonna fool with this game. Sold it off to GameStops. Then I think I seen that they had like it was like some time later they added a Dubai like mission in there and stuff. So I was like, oh, that should be kind of cool and stuff. You know, there ain't too many games that takes place in Dubai. So I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and check that out. You know, see what it's all about and things. Got it. Pretty much another one of those situations where it's just, you know, some inconveniences and things where it's like you go and try to do a contract, then somebody sees you and it's like, okay, how am I supposed to go about this thing? Like, why is it there? Like, you know, for the campaign, I just felt like that there should have maybe been some sort of guidance system, you know, and then have it where there's like the free roam where you can approach the mission however you want to do it and stuff. But for the campaign, they should have had it where, because that was one thing I didn't like about campaign, and that's something that I notice now, is that when you go and play campaign, there ain't like no checkpoint thing. Yeah, you could complete a contract, but it's like you got to remember where you last left off at. So I don't know how many missions the game has, but if it has a gang of missions, it's like, bruh, how am I supposed to remember what mission I need to do and what mission I haven't done yet? Or a mission that I have completed and a mission that I'm like not trying to have it where I keep going back and forth trying to figure out which mission I did and which mission I didn't do. You know, it's doing too much. So I'm like, yeah, it ain't like how most games where it's just like Call of Duty, for an example. They'll let you know when you complete a mission. So something along the lines like that. No, in Hitman, they just have it. So let's say you complete the mission, take some time away from the game, forgot where you last left off at, click on the mission, you're like, wait a minute, this is the last mission I did. Now you gotta exit out, go and find the next mission and stuff. And it's like, rather than just it showing that you completed the mission, you can move on to the next mission. mission. You don't have to do this. Just show me that I completed it. That's it. That's all that I asked for. But yeah, they don't have that. But no, overall though, yeah, I was playing that Dubai mission, and yeah, it pretty much was the same as any other experience that I've had with the game, where it's like I get ready to go do a contract, and then somebody done seen me, and I'm like, well, I don't want to do this. Like, they don't have, and then they don't even have like no checkpoint thing in the middle of the game. So when you mess up in the mission, you have to do the mission all over again. And I'm like, fam, I don't know why developers think that all gamers like that. We don't. Not at least not all of us. You know, like, I'm not no trained assassin. I'm a 29-year-old man from Seattle that just wants to play a video game. Why is that so much to ask for? You know, like, that's one thing where I feel like with developers is that you must think that I'm actually an assassin, because if so, then somebody please call the cops, arrest me, put me in prison if I'm a trained assassin. But if I'm not a trained assassin and I just want to play a video game of a trained assassin, fam, just make a video game. You don't have to make no simulation. Like, that's one thing developers need to understand. You don't need to make this hardcore simulation. Nobody asked for it. You could have made this into the most easiest game possible. The thing is this: if the game is good, people ain't gonna care. But have that option where it can kind of be like a little bit of a guided system where it's all like, hey, it's probably best for you to go down this route. It's probably best for you to do this. It's probably best for you to do that. If you guys got to do some like AI technology or whatever the case is, do what you got to do. But that's one thing that I don't like, is having to repeat the same mission over and over again. That's going to make me lose interest in the game. So anyways, fast forward. Yeah, so like all the content I believe that they have for this game, it's out. They got it where there's like multiple different versions of it that you can buy, because they have, hold on for a second. Let me open up the Steam page. So they have Hitman World of Assassination Part 1, which is $2.99. Then they have Hitman World of Assassination, which is $27.99. Then they have the Deluxe Edition, which is $99.99. Then they have the Deluxe Pack, which is $29.97. Then they have the Celebrity Pack that is $10. So and then they have like some other DLCs, like they have it where you can kill Eminem. But it's weird how they have it set up. Like in the videos that I've seen, it doesn't even really come off as like a Hitman game. It seems like it's like some sci-fi game. Like they got it where you can kill him with like a mirror, I think. Like you push him into the mirror. I don't know how it would, like, I guess what was the whole reason of that and stuff. Maybe that was something that Eminem wanted. Maybe that was something that the developers decided to add. But I'm like, that doesn't come off as like, I mean, yeah, I get it, it's a video game, and I know people are gonna probably try to use my words against me, all like, oh, well, you said you didn't want the game to be a simulation and to be all realistic and stuff. Yeah, I'm when I say that, I don't want it to be a thing where it's like every time when I get ready to try to kill somebody gotta walk into the room. You know, have it where it's like, you know, the NPC or the game overall knows that I'm trying to complete the mission, so you guide the people away from that. There goes that. But anyways, but yeah, you overall guide the people away from the mission. I almost knocked over my water bottle. I caught it, but there are some video games that became casualties and stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, overall though, it's like I'm not trying to have it where it's like every time when I get ready to do a mission, then that's when everybody just want to rush into that room and see me killing somebody. I'm like, fam, I'm trying to progress through the game. Why is that so much to ask for? So that's why I'm like, yeah, you know, with Hitman World of Assassination is definitely one of those games where if you like the challenge, then play it. But if not, there's other games that you can play. Probably, yes, play Hitman Absolute. Yeah, the Absolution. I think that's what the name of it is. Hold on for a second. Yeah, Hitman Absolution. All right, yeah, play that. You know, but that's like more of a guided game than whatchamacallit, Hitman World of Assassination. Hitman World of Assassination is definitely, if you're one of those casual gamers and you just want to like not so much like quickly play through a game, but you want to play a game at your own pace and stuff. Yeah, that's not a Hitman World of Assassination. Hitman World of Assassination. They think that the assassins or people that are trying to be assassins are playing that game, and it's like, no, it's just random gamers across the world that's playing that game. There is not one. Yeah, if there is an assassin playing that game, then that's their own business. But for the most part, I'm like me. When I play that game, I'm not trying to have it where I'm having to keep doing the same mission over and over. I have yet to see what the other missions are in that game. And then the times where I do try, it's like it's the same thing. And so I'm like, all right, forget it. I won't even play campaign no more. I'll just play the other modes. Same thing. So it's like, what's the point of playing the game if you can't beat none of the missions? So that's why I'm like, yeah, bro. And people are gonna be all like, oh, this skill issue. This is a skill issue. I'm not an assassin, so I'm not gonna know how to properly, quietly, stealthily take out a person. I am a gamer. I just play video games. I press a couple of buttons on the Xbox controller, and that's it. That's why I'm not even trying to hear nobody talk about, oh, it's a skill. So what you're trying to, like, because my thing is this. Somebody says that, and I'm like, oh, so you kill people in real life. That's not something to be proud over. That's something where you could go to prison for a long time over. So that's why I'm like, yeah, fam. It's like, even the people that are saying that, you're not even trained assassin. So I ain't hearing nothing about, no, oh, it's a skill issue. If I'm having to watch YouTube tutorials, read stuff off of Reddit and guidebooks and all this other stuff just so I could beat one mission, where most likely if they have it set up on some stuff where it's like the average time to play a mission in the video game, it's like what, like 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm having to watch 20 to 30 minutes of a YouTube video. I'm having to spend 20 to 30 minutes reading a guidebook. I'm having to spend, however many seconds watching a TikTok video and reading Reddit posts and all this other stuff. I'm like, fam, rather than just being able to just play the game at my own pace and not have to worry about enemies just coming from all corners and stuff, ruining the mission. Does that make any sense? So that's why I'm like, yeah, that's one thing that I will say to the developers. It's like, tone down the difficulty in that game. That game ain't got to be no crazy difficult game. Nobody asked for it to be a crazy difficult game. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.